In this lesson, we're going to look at how to join sentences. Firstly, sentences that end in des, sentences that end in verbs, then adjectives and nouns, and what you need to include to put two ideas together. We'll start off looking at the Japanese word des. You hear it a lot when people talk about their name, their age, their nationality, or if you're giving anything information in terms of it is, they are, I am. To join sentences, it's very simple. We just change des to de. So in our self-introduction, if for example we say, Hajimemashite, watashi wa Michiko desu, we're saying, how do you do? I am Michiko. 15歳です. I'm 15 years old. はじめまして。私はMichikoです. 15歳です. Then we might say, 高校1年生です. I'm a year 10 student, or first year of senior high school in Japan. Our self-introduction may continue after our year at school by giving information about our nationality. 日本人です. 日本人です. I'm Japanese. And then we might give some information about where we live and tell them 東京に住んでいます. I live in Tokyo. At the end of a self-introduction, we usually say どうぞよろしく. Nice to meet you. So in our self-introduction, we've got two sentences about our age and our year at school, and two sentences about our nationality and where we live. But these ideas pretty much go together, and we can simply do that by changing the des to de in the middle of the sentence. So, for example, saying we were 15 years of age and in year 1 of senior high school would be as simple as saying 15歳で高校1年生です. And that makes us sound like we can actually speak Japanese a little bit more maturely than in individual sentences. I am Japanese and I live in Tokyo. 日本人で東京に住んでいます. So now our self-introduction is a lot more mature. はじめまして。私はMichikoです. 15歳で高校1年生です. 日本人で東京に住んでいます. どうぞよろしく. If we're talking about verbs, we have to go back to our te form rules. For weak verbs, remove the mas and add te, and for our strong verbs, follow our set of rules for changing our strong verbs into te form. So, for example, if we're talking about our daily routine, two of the things we might do are basu ni norimasu, to get on the bus, gakkou ni ikimasu, to go to school. Norimasu is a verb that has a ri, so that changes to a little tsute. So our combined sentence would become バスに乗って学校に行きます. I hop on the bus and go to school. We might want to say 寿司を食べます. I eat sushi. お茶を飲みます. I drink tea. 食べます is a weak verb, so we simply take off the mas and add te. And our sentence becomes 寿司を食べてお茶を飲みます. I eat sushi and I drink tea. A friend might ask you, コンピューターで何をしますか? What do you do on the computer? コンピューターで何をしますか? You might like to answer with two ideas. 友達とチャットをします. I chat with my friends. アニメを見ます. I watch animation. します is a weak verb, so our combined sentence becomes 友達とチャッ としてアニメを見ます。I chat with my friends and I watch animations. Or I watch anime, the Japanese word they use for animation. If we want to describe something, for example, this ramen wa oishii desu. This ramen is delicious. It might also be yasui desu. So to put that into one sentence, we have to change oishii, the first adjective, by dropping the I off the end and changing that to ku-te. So our whole sentence is just putting the two adjectives together. Kono ramen wa oishii changes to oishikute, and then we put yasui in the sentence. Kono ramen wa oishikute yasui desu. This ramen is delicious and cheap. Kono ramen wa oishikute yasui desu. If we want to describe Sachiko, who happens to be tall, se ga takai, and she is also slender. Sachiko wa se ga takai desu. Sachiko is tall. Sachiko wa yasete imasu. We take the takai, take off the I, add kute. Sachiko wa se ga takakute yasete imasu. She is tall and slender. Simply take off the I adjectives and add kute to join them together and extend our sentence. With our other adjectives that are na adjectives, and remember that they must be the adjectives that don't end in ai, ii, ui, or oi. And here's some, for example: kirei, yumei, joubu, shizuka. None of them end in ai, ii, ui, or oi. So they must be na adjectives. Kirei, clean or beautiful. Yumei, famous. Joubu, hard-wearing or sturdy. Shizuka, quiet. Genki, healthy or active if we're talking about children. All of these are na adjectives. When we want to add more information to a na adjective, we simply use the te form of des, which is, of course, de. So if we wanted to put two ideas together using na adjectives, we would say kirei de yumei desu, beautiful and famous. Kirei de yumei desu. Kirei de shizuka desu, beautiful and quiet. So we can put two ideas together when it's na adjectives simply by using de, which is the te form of des, to say and.